give us what we need. Hey!
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. You're locked in with Joel Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And we are sending birthday blessings out to the legend himself, Mr. Smokey Robinson. Happy birthday. That pen is timeless. All right, y'all, tap in because tonight is one of those nights where the TS context and the headlines got a little subtext to them. We're talking real life sisterhood in Hollywood, the kind that doesn't come with a hashtag, right? And this America's Next Top Model docuseries on Netflix, listen, it continues to lead conversations and the modeling world is getting its receipts pulled, you know? So it's almost like a courtroom cross-examination. I don't know. It's deep. And because life loves range, we are getting into a breakout TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook series that is loosely based on the show The Wire. It's animated, it's on fire, and it's racking up views. So we're going to talk with the creator of that series later on in the show. You know, as they say, it's just facts, culture, and context. That's what I say. All right, before we get this started, we got a couple of conversation starters to get the night off. A$AP Rocky, he is tapping in with Nas for a new Ray-Bans Metal campaign. It's based off of Nas's character in the film Belly, and it's online. You should check it out. A$AP is the creative director, right? So that's a creative family for Ray-Ban, and you know, go check it out. Belly is obviously, I think, a hood classic. I don't know if it's a black cinema classic, but it's a hood classic for sure.
It's black cinema classic.
See, here's the problem with that, right? No, it's a beautiful film. It's beautifully shot, but it's not a good film.
I disagree.
Do you?
What?
It's not a good film.
How is
it's
it not a good
beautiful film. It's like a long music video, but the script was bad.
I related to everything. So,
but I mean, here's the thing. I enjoy Belly. I quote it all the time. Keisha. Listen, everybody want to go to Africa, right?
Legendary.
And shout out to the LA legend, Tyron Turner. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. About to drop a dime on
so,
this.
Come on now.
I said it's a hood classic, but.
Okay, so differentiate hood. break down black cinema to you.
I mean, I think that it encompasses the script, the acting, the visuals, right? Like I said, it's beautifully shot. It's a beautiful video. Film. The way that it's lit, right? But the story, some of the acting.
Where's the grace at? There's a lot of art.
There is grace. I said
Okay.
it's shot beautifully. I said I like it. I said I enjoy things about it. But I'm being real. I can be real and still tell you I enjoy it.
Hey, I'm just kind of surprised and shocked.
Why?
You the first person to really criticize Belly like that.
No, I'm not.
All right.
I'm absolutely not.
I just think when it comes to movies like that, we shouldn't expect. I didn't expect Belly to ever be like a. Granted, these are different type of stories or whatnot, but I'm not expecting it to be like a Sinners or something like that.
It doesn't have to be, but it could be a Friday.
Okay, so what's the difference with that then?
A better script.
Okay, so when you talk about a better script, what are we talking about? We talking
The writing,
about storylines,
the storyline.
But you just broke down some lines.
I
on the
like,
movie, though.
I like some dialogue. I like it in pieces, but overall, the story wasn't really solid.
So you wasn't feeling Nas wanting to go to Africa? You wasn't feeling DMX, traveling the world trying to, do his thing? You interrupt my soccer game. Jamaica's good, yeah.
In theory.
You tripping, Joe, man. That movie's a classic.
No.
Black cinema top 10.
No.
East Coast, what up?
But we like it. Big ups to Belly and Hype Williams. Listen, one more thing before we come forward. Jennifer Hudson, she has survived. She stood tall. There were rumors that Jennifer Hudson was on the chopping block when we saw Sherry get canceled, and we know Kelly Clarkson moved around. Well, Jennifer, her show will continue for another year. It's been picked up for a 5th season. And listen, the Spirit Tunnel is always trending. Apparently, people love Jennifer, so we'll see more of her this fall. When we come forward, we're going to get into these trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like nuclear reactor safety expert.
I disabled the backup cooling system. It was making such an annoying noise. You heard it, right? It was like,
We're on the countdown to core failure.
And you're saying we don't want that?
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available Available right now at KBLA1580.com.
I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. All right, there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention before we get into these topics and our usual rundown. We have to give it up for Layla Edwards. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Winter Olympics, but it is official. The 22-year-old Cleveland, Ohio native has made history as the first black woman not only to compete for the U.S. women's hockey team at the Olympics, but also to bring home a gold medal. Team USA secured a 2-1 victory over Canada. It was an overtime match. And Megan Keller netted the game-winning goal. Shout out to her. And there were funds raised through a GoFundMe campaign, including a $10,000 donation that came from NFL brothers Jason and Travis Kelsey for Layla's family so that they could go and cheer her on in person in Milan. And, you know, this victory marks the third Olympic gold medal in U.S. women's hockey history, with the previous 2 wins happening in 2018 and 1998. So big ups to her. Now, listen, you guys know how this goes down, but if you're new here, 800-920-1580, that's the number to call if you want to get in on the conversation. Or you can hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. You can also hop into the YouTube chat with our VIPs. Shout out to them. There's a conversation already happening in there. And let me tell you, Andy, Mr. Irvin Walker says, I have to agree with Jill about Belly. Do the Right Thing is black cinema classic. But check this. I worked at a movie theater in 2025, and this white guy, for his birthday, rented out a theater to watch Belly. I think that tracks. Forrest Harrison added, black cinema, Love Jones, Boomerang, School Days, Malcolm X. Yeah.
So we're not going to acknowledge no hood flicks. New Jack City, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the
Menace
Hood,
to
obviously. Boys in the
South
Hood was
Central.
nominated for an Academy Award. So, listen.
Ask the Streets.
Belly, I said it's a hood classic. The streets aren't going to argue with that.
What I'm saying is, ask the Streets, they going to tell you that's black cinema.
I mean, it is. It's just not black classic cinema. You know. It's okay, though. It's okay. All right. So listen. During a recent interview, Tisha Campbell revealed the story of how she came to offer to pay for Gabrielle Union's therapy early in her career. Tisha said that Gabrielle had an it factor, not that she saw per se anything wrong with her, and wanted to make sure she had the support she needed while navigating the challenges of the industry. So I feel like this is an important story because we often talk about, and granted, not everyone is in a position to pay for therapy, but we talk about being a supportive friend or really wanting to see the best in someone. But a lot of times all we really have are thoughts and prayers, right? And granted, it is not your responsibility, but sometimes it is. Am I my brother's keeper? You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that this was really important, especially because Gabrielle Union has a reputation in Hollywood, and she's talked about it, that at one point in time she was a mean girl, right? And fans...
So I was right.
About what?
I was always right about what's her name?
Gabrielle
Union. It was just always something about her that I didn't like. I always just felt like she was better than everybody. She always had her nose in the air, and just, some of the characters that she would play in certain films just was too uppity. So it was just interesting that she would acknowledge that. That just confirmed what I always felt.
Well, at one point in time she was, but she says that, she found healing, and this was part of the road to that. Tisha did not know how much trauma Gabrielle was holding. If you're unaware, Gabrielle was raped at 19 years old when she worked at a Payless shoe store. She did manage to ID the person who did it. They went to jail, and Payless had to pay her a lot of money. And, there are things that she's discussed in her books with her father and so forth that she hadn't learned how to deal with and work through. And so we're going to hear Tisha explaining why she did that. But again, I think it's an important story.
Well, we just had Gabrielle Union on, who told us that you paid for her therapy as a young woman in this business.
I did.
And I was like, well, why did she do that? And she said, I don't know. I think she just knew I needed it and I couldn't afford it.
Well, let me just say this. I saw the potential in Gab. She was working her butt off, but I knew she was going to be even bigger than what we were witnessing at that moment. And so I wanted her to have support because this business can be so crazy. And so.
You didn't even know the history of what she had been through?
No. She looked fine to me. Yeah. It wasn't like I saw something wrong. It's just that I wanted her to be able to navigate this business. You're not going to be unscathed, but at least you could have some type of support.
Yeah.
And so I paid for like 10 sessions, 10 of her first sessions. I said, I really want you to see this therapist, and you mean a lot. You're going to be big. And
what did you see in her? Why did you know that?
I could tell. You can see an it factor. Anybody can see an it factor. And she had it. She had that it factor, that X factor. And I knew she was going to be huge. I think it's God. God tells me who's going to be like that.
Yeah. And you wanted to help her.
Yeah. And I just think that she needed to be supported. And I like to support my sister.
So, like I said, I think it's an important story because Gabriella said that she's continued to try and pay it forward. So I don't know if that means that she's paid for therapy for someone or what she has done, but I think it's an important cycle to continue in outreach, to be there for people, because we know Hollywood will hand you the red carpet and leave you bloody and bleeding and offer no help. So when a woman reaches back with resources instead of thoughts and prayers, that's not nice. That's almost revolutionary, right? Therapy wasn't the normalized flex that it is now at that time, especially for young Black actresses trying to make it look easy and to navigate this industry. An elder in the business, and not that Tisha is heck much older. Why did I say heck much? But not that she's a great deal older than Gabrielle, but just she has been working in this industry, including on Broadway, since she was a child. Or was Tisha on Broadway? I think she was, maybe in Annie. I think so. So, and Little Shop of Horrors. I think she and Tashina were not only in the film, but I think they might have been on the actual play. I could be wrong about that, but that's aside, right? This is what sisterhood looks like with a real receipt attached. And she basically gave her a way to survive this machine with your spirit intact. And I think that is beautiful. Andy?
That Payless situation, that happened like before she became an actress.
Yeah,
right?
She was in college, I think,
See, now I'm a low-key apologize just because I can understand a situation like that causing you to maybe just be a mean person. So, I don't know if that's the catalyst.
She said there's a lot of things that she discussed in her book. The way she felt she was unattractive. She was a Black girl in a white kind of upper middle class environment. So,
that's crazy, because if she grew up maybe over here in Inglewood, she probably would have had a different,
Right.
esteem.
She didn't believe herself. She played sports, famously there's the story of Jason Kidd standing her up for the prom and things like that. So, stuff happened. Shout out to Tisha Campbell. And, being a real person. That's amazing. All right. So this America's Next Top Model topic will not die. And people really feel as though Tyra is not taking accountability. I've already given my take in that I feel a lion's share of blame is being placed on Tyra. And I understand as the co-creator, executive producer, and being the Tyra Banks, granted, that's where it should lay, but not all of it. And I feel like there's sort of a piling on. It did bring different looks and diversity to an industry that wasn't really willing to open up. I know that not all of the women got work, but oddly enough, if you notice who wasn't included in this docuseries, Yaya, I don't know if she turned it down, if she was asked, Eva Marcille, and Takara. These are three black women who have worked continuously since that series, their appearance on there, and gave them their start. Now, we all meet different versions of people and have different experiences, right? So I'm not trying to take away from any of those women's experiences and the hurt and the pain they felt. But I do have to say that as far as the critiques, though harsh, they did mirror what was happening as far as the modeling industry, the dance industry, the entertainment industry as a whole. People are just that cutthroat. It wasn't pretend in that they weren't mimicking those circumstances. And there are some of the things, even if you're an executive producer, you are sometimes in name only, not necessarily in the editing room, making decisions day to day on what happens on set. That is not necessarily what necessarily will go down with you. So Eva, who won the cycle 3 of the series, says that she is genuinely shocked by the revelations inside of Reality Check, inside America's Next Top Model. She shared her thoughts on CBS Mornings and admitted that she had not been contacted to appear in the documentary. I find that strange that you wouldn't contact Eva, who had a positive experience. There were some things that happened to her during the show as well, but I just find it strange that you wouldn't contact her. She admits that she was gobsmacked after watching it, and she said the 3-part series was amazingly horrifying. And to be part of a club and not know what's going on inside of it is crazy, right? She said she wasn't prepared for the material that it revealed, including Shandy's allegations of a sexual assault and bullying. She acknowledged that she will never fail to thank Tyra for what she set out to do with the modeling competition, right? At the same time, she expressed, concern for her former contestants, for some of the former contestants that may not accept any apologies from Tyra. She said, for young girls who were assaulted, for the young girls who now have eating disorders or look at themselves and never feel beautiful, that little girl in them will always live in the woman that is them today. There is no sorry. I think that's big enough to truly feel and heal that kind of heart. So I hope those young ladies are getting therapy or have access to it. So the co-directors of this series, Daniel Sivan and Moore Lushi, I think that's his last name, said that this was happening regardless if Tyra participated or not. And they said that she decided to give her side of the story. And they said that they're happy that she did because it gave the opportunity to go really deep into the debates, into the start of the idea, and not by third person, but from Tyra herself. So you got to really hear the journey that she's been through, however you feel about it. And there was one topic that Tyra refused to discuss, and that is her friendship with former judge Jay Manuel. She said that she didn't want to talk about it, and he didn't feel that it was dodging anything. He said that it was something that he could tell was still painful to her. And she didn't have final cut on the series. And, she didn't have any say-so in what appeared in it, right? And The doc revisits lots of controversies, including what I mentioned, Shandy Sullivan's assault, multiple instances of what people are terming blackface, and her treatment of Tiffany Richardson, the moment we were all rooting for you. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. There's another version that is coming to Dirty Rotten Scoundrels that will be appearing on E! And Sherry Shepherd had Mr. J, Nigel Barker, and Miss J on today, and they said that Tyra should take accountability and answer some of the questions regarding her behavior, though they do feel that in some instances production should bear more weight. And people are asking why Kenya Barris, because if you didn't know, Kenya Barris is a co-creator of the show, isn't receiving any smoke or wasn't in the docuseries. And it may simply just be that, you know, his contributions were creating and he may not have been actively involved, though he has said that he was involved from the start of the series until, I guess, 2014 or so, 2015. So we'll have to see what continues to evolve from this situation. But love and prayers to all of the women who are suffering, you know. It's a reality TV problem. We laughed, we memed, we rewatched, and somebody else is walking away with trauma. That is where we are in the social media era, right? And decades later, the bill comes due, and we have no answers. When we come forward, more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to off movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. And he never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation because he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Chicago's Black Mayor Brandon Johnson is honoring Reverend Jesse Jackson, calling him a friend, mentor, and role model.
As an organizer and at the time in which I was campaigning, I could always count on him for advice, prayers, and words of encouragement.
Johnson said the best way to honor Jackson's legacy is by organizing and investing in Chicago's communities. Funeral arrangements are pending for Dr. Norman Francis, the longtime president of Xavier University, who died at 94. He led the nation's only historically black Catholic university for nearly 50 years and was a champion of civil rights and education. And black rapper Lil Papa has died at 25. The Jacksonville, Florida rapper born Janarius Wheeler gained attention at 18 with a song about surviving a shooting. His videos earned millions of views, including Eternal Living with rapper Polo G. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In Chino on the 60 eastbound coming up on Mountain Avenue. That's the scene of a 6-7 car crash, and it's blocking the carpool in 2 left lanes. Delays loading up away from Phillips Ranch Road. We're also heading out to Baldwin Park, 10 eastbound past Francisquito. A wreck here has been cleared to the shoulder with a backup from Baldwin Park Boulevard out to Whittier, 605 southbound Whittier Boulevard. Another crash, but now these guys are off to the shoulder. The drive remains tough away from Beverly Boulevard.
Visit the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the Kilo of Gold giveaway. Drawings every Thursday in February. Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the easiest drive from downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The MVP for the Lakers in the second half of the season could be their trainer, Dr. Vanessa Brooks. If the Lakers can stay healthy, they should be a contender for one of the top 4 playoff spots in the Western Conference. At the moment, the Lakers are 5th. The main issue for the Lakers is that their best 3 players, LeBron, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves, played only 10 games together in the first half of the season. This is why Brooks is so important. She and her staff have a tough challenge to keep LeBron, Doncic, and Reeves in the lineup as much as possible. Brooks is in her second season with the Lakers. She's the first African-American woman to serve as the Lakers head trainer. She also is the first African-American woman in the NBA that is certified as an athletic trainer and physical therapist. If players are getting their normal minutes on the court, Brooks might be the reason. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, y'all, come on. Here come the drums.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 connecting you with services and solutions. The midterm elections are upon us. It is voting season once again. Common Cause's motto is fighting for the democracy we deserve. In service of that goal, Common Cause puts its state and national policy expertise, massive network of grassroots supporters, and nonpartisan approach into action to strengthen our democracy against the challenges we face today. They work at every level of government on priorities that impact each of our lives, like defending the right to vote, limiting big money's influence on our elections, holding public officials accountable, and more. Common Cause is a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to upholding the core values of American democracy. They seek to empower all people to make their voices heard in the political process. This election may be the most important one ever. If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer in service to the Constitution, please visit commoncause.org. That's commoncause.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, and I have some news. The room is full. Our founding members cohort on the art of conversation has begun, and I could not be more energized by the professionals who said yes to mastering the craft. Their dedication to curating great conversations reminds me why I do this work. Now, if you wanted to join us and did not make it in time, I want you to hear this. The next cohort is coming. I do not have the firm dates yet, but I do have a waiting list. And everyone on that list will receive early access and special discounts when enrollment opens. After almost 40 years of interviewing world leaders and cultural icons, I am teaching everything I know. Don't miss your chance to be in the next room. Go to TavishTalks.com and get on the waiting list right now. That's TavishTalks.com. The conversation continues. Will you be part of it?
Yeah, man.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, we be like, hey, thick little bitch and she got some good. Broke, ain't getting no. Just hit her up, now we smoking on. Thick little bitch and she got some good. Broke, ain't getting no. Just hit her up, now we smoking on. Watch me bag talk, little do a trick when that cash drop. Freak, touch your knees and take back shots. She give me right. That's a laptop, whoa. I hop out, bussy on these, what the helly? Never take her home with the keys to the telly. Hey, shoe on, it ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm really putting on for my cousins and my relics. I'm on 10 feet. Ain't who you think you is? Big me.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580 with Big Me. Listen.
Since she got some good.
Yeah. Me and Andy just vibing real quick. All right, listen. This is the show, of course, where we hit all the trending topics and headlines. And, of course, we tap into the culture. We let you know what's going on. And right now, if you aren't already on game, I'm going to put you on, as I always do. There is an animated series that is going viral, breaking it down everywhere, right? It's hot on TikTok. It's hot on Facebook. It's hot on Instagram. All of the places, right? And it was created by a young man named Dev Jackson. It is called The Wire Stories, and it's a storytelling project launched in October of 2025. So it is based on the critically acclaimed HBO series, The Wire, right? Dev was inspired to begin crafting original stories set within the show's universe, drawing on vivid imagination, a strong eye for detailed edits, and great storytelling. So we're going to talk with Dev, hear a little bit about his story, and there are some celebrities that have even requested to be put into the series. That's how hot it is. So welcome in to Jill Munroe on KBLA, Dev Jackson. Dev, thank you for calling in. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have your radio up, or do you have like the volume up somewhere else? Can you turn it down for us?
Do you hear echo?
Yes. Yeah, if you're on speaker.
Can you hear echo now?
I think we're okay.
Are you on Bluetooth or speakerphone, my brother? Headphones?
No, it's just a place.
Okay, no. We're good now. We're good now. All right, good. Okay. So tell me how you came up with this concept. What inspired you? Obviously, The Wire, the series, but you didn't watch it when it originally jumped off in the early 2000s.
No, I was a baby when it jumped off, but I'm big on like technology and stuff. So I run multiple TikTok accounts and I do like a lot of edits. So one day I did The Wire edit because, you know, it's my favorite show, and it gained a lot of traction. And I seen how, you know, like the animated short videos was taking off. So I thought, like, what if I did The Wire animation? So the first video I just dropped, I wanted to see how it would go and stuff. And then it got like 100,000 like views, and like people in the comments were like, we want part two. So it just went from there.
So the Wire fandom, they're extremely picky, and they have embraced you. So what is your one rule for staying true to the show's tone without it turning into cosplay? Because you have original story points that are inspired by the characters. Some involve original characters, but there is a whole other world that is happening in here.
Okay, so I just do a lot of homework, you know, like, and then I look at DMs, people from Baltimore telling me like, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, this is the type of street names. So, like, I'm big on street names. So I do a lot of homework because I've never even been to Baltimore. So I just make sure I do my homework. And I'm very detailed. I'm like a very detailed person. So I just got to make sure I got every detail 100% accurate at all times.
So you said you first started watching The Wire during the lockdown. What did Wire explain to you about systems, the underpinnings that you didn't maybe connect before you watched that show?
It dives into everything, and that's what makes me love the show, because like every season is like every single part of the city, and I really like that. You know, a lot of people don't like season 2, but I really love season 2 because it jumped into a whole different area of Baltimore, like that people really don't touch on. So I like how it dived into like every single part of the city. And I really like that.
So your edits are part of the magic. What's your process? Do you start with a plot twist, a character, or like is it just a scene you imagine in your head? How does it sort of all come together?
I get all my ideas like, so if I think of some like crazy idea, at first I write a whole season. It takes like 2 weeks, but I'm always changing stuff because, you know, I could be like on the long ride at night and I'd be like, oh, wait a minute, I'll just think of new stuff like each part of the day. So I go in and change everything. And really, it just starts from what happened the last time. I take off from what happened at the end of the previous episode, and I just go from there.
So when people comment theories, like, because I know Wood Harris has started following you and jumped in the comments, the actor that played Weebay, a couple of others, do you ever let the audience steer the story, or are you like, nope, I'm the showrunner, I got all this?
Nah. So they basically brought back Brother Mouzon. Like, I wasn't planning on bringing back Brother Mouzon, but, like, I kept seeing, like, on all three social media outlets, comments was, like, begging for Mouzon. So that's probably the only time, but other than that, no, I just run the whole thing.
So if HBO... Oh, go ahead.
Actually, Wood Harris... So when I first came to Instagram, I didn't think I was going to blow up as fast as I did. But, like, Wood Harris, I think it was, like, episode 4 of season 1. He actually posted the whole episode and tagged me in it and everything. I was like... And then I went from, like, 500 followers to, like, 5,000 in 3 hours.
Wow. So if HBO called tomorrow and said, pitch us a Wire-adjacent project, what's the one-sentence premise that you would walk in with?
Oh, Wire-adjacent project. Okay. Tyrell Barksdale, basically. I would do everything on Tyrell.
So can you explain to us a little bit who Tyrell is as a character?
Okay, so in the original Wire, Tyrell was D'Angelo's son. So what I did when I came up with this was I couldn't use D'Angelo, you know.
He's gone.
And I wanted to make it realistic. Like, Avon coming out of jail and being the king of Baltimore, it's not, like, very realistic because, like, he would be older. And I figured, like, he wanted to change his life around. So I just thought about Tyrell and how can I build up his character for the fans to, like, fall in love with his character. So if HBO were to call and say pitch or something, it would be solely focused on Tyrell. And I also did a little plot twist to where Stringer got Donette pregnant. So it would be Tyrell and Stringer Bell's son.
Okay. So let me ask you this, right? Right now, we're hearing a lot about different types of content taking over. Traditional television is losing viewers, and, you know, people are turning to alternative sources. So what do you think audiences are starving for right now? Because obviously you have tapped into something, and, you know, your storytelling is really connecting with people. So what do you think is missing from traditional television?
I just think we're missing, like, the old school feel. I think everything is just, like, and I know I'm young, but I prefer, like, shows and movies from, like, the early 2000s. Like, it just had a different feel. I feel like we're missing that feel in film today. I don't know what it is, but it's just the feel that the TV shows and, like, the movies from the early 2000s have is just, like, completely different.
So season 5, is it, wraps up tomorrow? So there are 5 seasons. You are at The Wire Stories on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, and if you guys happen to tap into it, G Herbo is one of the people that are featured that asked to be put in. Your favorite radio host might have made a cameo in it. Maybe. Might be somewhere around in there. And tell me who else is featured in it that, like, is asked to be included.
That has asked?
Or,
like,
or
like famous wise?
Yeah.
Well, famous wise.
Well, or it's just, like, on board as, like, a fan.
Like, on board as a fan, I want to say, like, famous wise that you all know. It was a Lil Durk affiliate. I don't know if y'all know Lil Durk, but his multiple affiliates.
You said, I don't know if y'all know Lil Durk. That was
everybody
funny.
Here old, my brother. We got some youngsters here.
Okay. So a lot of his affiliates are saying, like, they want to be a part of it. So I got, like, 3 of his affiliates. And I got G Herbo in, and what's also crazy is that all the cast members of the original show, except for Stringer and Wallace, like Idris Elba and Michael B. Jordan, other than that, all of them have tapped in, DM me. They all follow the page. I think that's like the best part about it.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on 5 seasons, on the season finale tomorrow. I just dropped it in the chat for everyone that's asking in the chat. It's at The Wire Stories. Tap into it. And, you know, if you like The Wire, you're going to love this. Thank you so much, Def, for taking the time to call in. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Y'all take care.
When we come forward, we're going to get into what Vernon Maxwell said Larry Bird said to him on court. All of that on the other side.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
What if poetry wasn't something you studied, but something you felt? Poetry for the People, the June Jordan Experience, is now live at the Fountain Theater in Los Angeles, celebrating the life and legacy of June Jordan, visionary poet, activist, and truth teller. This vibrant musical experience brings her words to life with rhythm, joy, and power. Directed by Raymond O. Caldwell and featuring music by her longtime collaborator Adrian Torft, it's joy as resistance, love as liberation, and poetry for the people. Tickets are on sale now at fountaintheater.com. That's fountaintheater.com.
They call it progress, but progress has a price. Land once held in black hands, taken, stolen, erased. Acres paved into highways, fields burned. Homes replaced by parking lots and broken promises. Every deed lost was a dream deferred. We talk about millionaires, but what about the millionaires that never were? The farmers whose soil was seized. The families who watched their inheritance disappear. The wealth that never had a chance to grow because its roots were ripped from the ground. They took the land, but never the legacy, because the soil remembers, and so do we. Every story matters. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and amplify these stories. If this is part of your family's history, visit blacklandlost.org/share your story and help bring us closer to justice.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
There used to be a Graying Tower alone on the sea. You became inside of me. Love remains a drug that's high enough to pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become alive and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I can pay you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get
Welcome back in. Happy birthday, Seal. Is this R&B, Andy?
Why would you put me on the spot like that? That's a great question. See, because of his complexion, I'm gonna go ahead and lean on,
It's pop.
That is R&B, but
It's pop.
I would say it's pop, yes.
It's pop.
Now, why would you ask me that question?
Because didn't we have a conversation about what we deem as R&B? We were
did.
talking. So I thought this was a great song to throw out there and test.
Okay, so a lot of Mariah Carey songs, R&B.
It depends on which songs we're talking about. Now, if we're talking about Butterfly Forward, there are pop songs on there, but those are R&B albums. If you're going the other way to her earlier stuff,
Someday and all that,
pop, good pop,
okay,
but pop.
Okay,
That's what I think.
Okay. Another question then.
Yes.
Flo Rida. Ride round. Is that hip hop?
Hip hop. Former NBA guard Vernon Mad Max Maxwell, he's going viral after repeating a claim that Larry the Legend Bird once called him the N-word during on-court trash talk, right? And, of course, it's bringing back the never-ending debate about race in that era. Will fans excuse Larry the Legend? Probably not now, Let's listen to what Vernon had to say.
He did. He called me and my brother.
Did he?
Yeah, Larry Bird. Yeah, he did that. I talked about it. I've said this a bunch of times. Yeah, that's the first time y'all heard me say that. I said that a lot of times.
Why you do Max like that?
Larry Bird, that's from French Lick, Indiana. So what the we expect back in them days? That's like, see, I'm old. I'm 60. So I was in the league in the 80s. So I heard a lot of that, but it is what it is. And yes, that's the God of heaven. Truth, he called me and Buck Johnson, get off the floor and hit us with that. That was long-gated. And you think he gonna shoot? You think he gonna shoot it? Then he bring it, and then he.
Look, that was your last time you seen him?
Yeah, I hadn't seen Larry since.
Ooh.
Yeah, Larry, I love you, Larry. I ain't got nothing against Larry. Larry was one of the best. I tell everybody that's the best white boy I ever seen, and was on the floor.
So Vernon doesn't seem to be tripping. Guess it was just trash talking a game. Are y'all giving Larry a pass? I'm not saying there should be some outrage or something. I don't know at this point what there should be or if there should be anything, but we revisit so much and we re-critique, re-edit, re-examine. I wonder if this will be one of those things or will it just keep on moving? It's so interesting, the things that get traction.
Well, if the young generation gets a hold of this, they may have something to say about it, but I think my generation, the generation before me, nobody was tripping. We did hear these stories a lot from Larry Bird. Look, man, it doesn't make it right. But, he said what he said. Like you said, Vernon Maxwell is not tripping. Nobody's tripping. Larry Bird is a legend. It is what it is. Just don't say it now in 2026.
Yeah, I can't see, well, I would hope. I'm not going to say what I can't see, but I would hope that would not be the case. That would be really sad. All right, so listen, one more little tidbit for you before we get out of here. Halle Berry is teaming up with Steph Curry. So Halle Berry's Halle media company, is signing a first look unscripted deal with Steph Curry's Unanimous Media. Now, they just scored a big hit last weekend with their animated basketball film called GOAT. It stars Caleb McLaughlin. Sorry, Caleb. And Gabrielle Union, among others. And the agreement will focus on developing and producing unscripted content that elevates women-led stories and diverse narratives. So as part of the collaboration, Halle will work closely with Charla Sumter Bridget, the chief of content at Unanimous Media. And if you're familiar with the series that was on Peacock of Steph Curry's, it only had one season. It was based off of her life as Steph's assistant. So we'll see what this partnership brings with Halle and Steph Curry. Steph is, dipping his toe in big time in the Hollywood game. Seems to be the play, right? He's heading towards retirement at some point. He says not anytime soon, but, maybe he's trying to be like LeBron and Kobe and the rest and get that 20 years in there. Listen, thank you guys for locking in each and every Monday through Thursday. Today is Friday Junior for me, so I will be back here on Monday with more trending topics and headlines. If you can't do without me, hit me up on my YouTube channel at Stiletto Jill tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Front Row Live. All right, I will talk to you guys on Monday.
The ladies will kick it, the rhyme it is wicked. Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman could bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme. Can you relate to a sister dope enough to make you holler and scream?
Hey, yo, let me take it from here, queen. Excuse me, but I think I'm about due to get into precisely what I am about to do. I'm conversating to the folks who have no whatsoever clue. So listen very carefully as I break it down for you. Merrily, 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 hyper, happy, overjoyed. Pleased with all the beats and rhymes my sisters have employed. Slick as smooth throwing down the sound, totally a yes. Let me state the position. Ladies first, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, there's gonna be some changes made here.
Believe me when I say being a woman is great to see. I know that all the fellas out there will agree with me. Not for being one, but for being with one. Cause when it's time for loving, it's the woman that gets them strong. Stepping, strutting, moving on, rhyming, cutting, and not forgetting. We are the ones to give birth to the new generation of prophets, cause it's ladies.
I break into a lyrical freestyle. Grab the mic, look at the crowd and see smiles. Cause they see a woman standing up on her own too. Sloppy slouching is something I won't do. Some think that we can't flow. Stereotypes, they got to go. I'ma mess around and flip the scene into reverse.
With what?
With a little touch of ladies first.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Miami-Dade County Commissioners have delayed a vote on Kelly Tractor's proposal to build outside the urban development boundary after Mayor Daniela Cava vetoed it.
I didn't get any emails from environmental groups saying, it's bad for the environment.
Black Commissioner Oliver Gilbert questioned the mayor's decision, noting the same administration has supported other projects outside the boundary. Maryland's Black Attorney General Anthony Brown has joined a coalition of 12 attorneys general urging the U.S. Senate to reject the Save America Act. They argued the bill would create new barriers to voter registration by requiring proof of citizenship and photo ID, potentially disenfranchising millions of eligible voters.